Hey, this is Lou from IA Strength, and if you're into intermittent fasting, then it's likely that you also heard of keto or the ketogenic diet. They are both very popular weight loss or weight management tools. Now, there are some people that swear by keto, and there are others that swear by intermittent fasting, and there are also some that swear by both, so they combine both keto and intermittent fasting. So just to clear some things, in this video, I'm going to do keto versus intermittent fasting. And they are two completely different things, but they can help you reach similar goals. That said, keep on watching and stay tuned. Don't forget to show love, subscribe, and help me grow. Let's get started. Okay, so intermittent fasting versus keto. They are both two fundamentally different things. They are fundamentally different because one is a diet and the other simply is not a diet. And I actually made a video about this as a common point of confusion or a problem area when it comes to intermittent fasting. So I'll go ahead and post that in the description box below, and I'll also post the link above in case you want to take a look at it. But in short, intermittent fasting is not a diet, but rather it is simply when you decide to eat versus when you decide not to eat. And there are many approaches to intermittent fasting. By example, there is OMAD or 1 meal a day, and even fasting for just 12 hours can count. Regardless, each of the different approaches to intermittent fasting usually revolve around shortening your eating window each day for a designated amount of hours. Okay, so that was intermittent fasting. Now with keto, we're not talking about a type of approach. We're really talking about a type of diet. And there are different approaches to this diet. Just as well, there are different approaches to intermittent fasting. But keto, more specifically, is how you consume food. It is a diet. Hence the full name, ketogenic diet. And with this diet, you're focusing on the foods you consume, but more specifically, ensuring that the foods that you eat are low in carbs. In fact, when doing the keto diet, regardless of which type of approach you take to doing the keto diet, there's usually a maximum of 50 grams of carbs per day. And to make up for that, there's a higher amount of fat and there's a higher amount of protein that's usually involved with that diet as well. But the key emphasis is on reducing the amount of carbs. Again, keeping it below 50 grams of carbs per day in most cases. And just like there are different approaches to intermittent fasting, there are also different approaches to keto. But I'll save that for a different video. So that's keto versus intermittent fasting in a nutshell. That's how they're different. So although they're definitely two different things, they're also very similar with regard to how they make your body react or how they cause your body to react. Now, the biggest similarity is that they can both be used for weight loss or weight loss management purposes. And that's what they're most commonly used for. But to dig a little bit deeper, they're also very similar with regard to what happens inside of your body or how your body will adjust or adapt to a keto diet or to a restricted eating window when it comes to intermittent fasting. But let's start by seeing how your body reacts to keto. Now with keto, because you're restricting the amount of carbs you eat per day, which again is usually a maximum of 50 carbs per day, what will happen is after a few consecutive days of low carb consumption, your glucose reserves will become low. And that is because glucose is a key energy source that comes from eating carbs. So after all those stores become depleted, your body or your central nervous system will begin to search for alternate sources of energy. And the next best energy store in line is your fat. So what happens is your liver will begin to use your fat as your next source of energy. And to do this, it actually turns your fat into something called ketones, hence the name keto or ketogenic diet. And it is those ketones that are produced from your fat that are sent into your bloodstream. And it's sent there for your muscles and other vital tissue to use it as a source of fuel or energy. And at this point, this is when your body is in ketosis. It's when your body is using ketones for energy as opposed to using glucose from carbs for energy. Okay, now get this. With intermittent fasting, your body actually has a similar reaction. But the reason why it actually happens is just slightly different. Now with intermittent fasting, because you are withholding from food for an extended period of time, eventually your glucose levels will begin to drop as well, because you've been withholding yourself from food for an extended period of time, which by default also is the same as not eating carbs, essentially. But with intermittent fasting, you're not eating at all. And after about 12 to 16 hours without any new sources of glucose, because you're not eating any carbs or food, all of your stored energy will become used up. And just like what happens when you're on the keto diet, your body will begin to search for an alternate source of energy, because there isn't any more glucose flowing within your body for it to use as an immediate source. So of course, it will begin releasing fat burning hormones, which will cause your liver to begin creating ketones as a result. And it is at this point where your body is in a state of ketosis, which of course, as I said earlier, is simply a process inside of your body that happens when your body doesn't have enough glucose or carbs to burn for energy. And so as an alternate source, your body will begin to burn fat and create something called ketones to fuel your body. Okay, and all that was to describe keto versus intermittent fasting, and it's really so you can understand how they're both different, but also very similar with regard to how your body will react to it. And because of this, many people use either approach, keto or intermittent fasting, or they sometimes combine them both to increase the fat burning effect that can occur inside of their body from getting into ketosis. So that's intermittent fasting and keto in a nutshell. Hope you find this video helpful and informative. Be sure to comment below and let me know your thoughts. As always, thank you for watching. This is Lou from YA Strength. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.